International. Just click the link in this video's description. You and your friends are dead. Game over. Honestly, that's gotta be one of the best game over screens ever, but Friday the 13th on the Nintendo Entertainment System, it's always been regarded as one of the crappier games on the system. Bet you never thought there'd be toys based on this, did ya? Well, crazy enough, a brand new figure has just been released based on Jason as he appeared in this video game, thanks to our friends at NECA Toys, and today, we're going to take a look at that figure. Light all the fireplaces. Sold exclusively at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con comes the figure that has come to be known as the 8-bit Jason figure from NECA Toys. Basically, what NECA has done here is they've taken one of their familiar Jason action figures from their Friday the 13th line, and they've repackaged it and redecoed it as an homage to the classic NES video game from LJN. This is totally out of nowhere, but incredibly awesome at the same time. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. First of all, as you can see, the box that he comes inside of does an amazing job of capturing the look of the original box that the NES cartridge came inside of. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way right here at the beginning. It's comparison time. Here's the NECA packaging standing alongside the original NES cartridge box. You can see that the image and the artwork right there on the front is exactly the same, with a few differences, such as the official Nintendo seal of approval being replaced with the NECA seal of quality, and of course the San Diego Comic-Con logo up there in the top left corner. But even the back side of that box looks just like the back of the NES box, with the images from the video game being replaced of the images of the figure within. Now, even cooler is the fact that this is a really nice window box packaging, so you can fold open the flap on the front, which reveals your figure within. Along with that are some great screenshots straight out of the video game. First of all, on the left-hand side, you get that great 8-bit look of Camp Crystal Lake with the words, "You and your friends are dead, game over." That famous game over screen right there on the left-hand flap. Very cool design. And then on the right-hand side, where the figure is actually housed in the window, you can see it's got that great inside of the cabin kind of 8-bit design behind the figure there, and you even have the little health meter, the children bar, all that good stuff going on up there at the top and the bottoms of the packages around the figure. So it's a really nice box, and honestly, this thing would look great displayed inside the packaging. But, as nice as that is, we're still going to rip this open and take a look at the figure that's inside. Now, NECA Toys is no stranger to making figures of Jason from the Friday the 13th movies, and basically all we've got here is one of their pre-existing Jason figures just redecoed to look as if he appeared in that video game. So basically what that means is the entire figure is done in this flat purple color, and then his hands, his feet, and his mask are all done in glow-in-the-dark plastic. Now, why are those the colors chosen for this figure? Well, that's the way he looked in the video game. So if you're questioning those colors, you might want to go question LJN back in the 80s. Why they did that. But it definitely translates pretty well into this action figure and definitely works as a great homage to the look of that character as he appeared in the video game. Now, if the articulation matters on a figure like this, it's good to note that his articulation is actually really well done. His head's on a ball joint there, so it can turn left and right and slightly move up and down. You got nice ball joints at the shoulders there. You got swivels above the elbow, single joints at the elbow, swivels at the wrist, as well as hinge joints at the wrist. You can rotate him at the torso there, and his waist turns left and right. He's got good ball jointed thighs there, so the legs can go outwards, forwards, and backwards. You can also swivel above the knees. You can bend at the knee joints, and then you've got nice ankle joints there. So you can still get some pretty good poses out of this NES homage version of Jason. Now, he also does include two cool little accessories. First of all, he's got a machete, which can be held in his right hand, which is his only gripping hand. Just like the figure itself, the blade is made out of glow-in-the-dark plastic. Or if you'd rather, you can have your Jason holding onto the axe accessory, which again holds into that right gripping hand, but also can be held with two hands since the left hand is kind of open palmed there. So you can get some really cool poses out of that, and once again, the blade on that axe is made out of that same glow-in-the-dark plastic. So let's take a look at this guy when he's glowing in the dark. You get a nice black light shining on him, or get him in a nice dark room. You can see that the feet, the hands, the mask, and the weapons all illuminate for a very cool look. And then, as an added bonus, that little glow-in-the-dark hockey mask that he's wearing is removable. So you can pop that off to reveal his disfigured face, which is actually all just the same solid color purple as the rest of the figure. So, obviously, the way the figure is painted, there's not a lot of detail here, but come on. If you're wanting to get an actual Jason Voorhees figure for your shelf that comes from the movies, then you're buying the wrong figure here. This thing is nothing more than a really cool nod to a really crappy video game, and I think that is incredibly fun. This guy works well displayed alongside the package or even still inside that window box. Either way, this is a really neat package. You get this box that has a great deco, looks just like the vintage video game, has lots of great shots from it. You've got this figure that's an homage to this game. Who would have thought we would ever get an action figure based on this video game? It's incredible. And any fan of Friday the 13th or classic NES games will surely get a kick out of having this figure in their collection. Now, this figure was sold exclusively at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con, so if you were unable to pick it up, at this point, the only way you're going to be able to get a hold of it is on the secondary market. So, happy hunting, my friends, and until next time.